Weather is literally, it's raining right now, but it's literally also been raining for the past like 2 weeks because the second it hits September in the UK, obviously the weather is, what is this? I bought myself a new toy. I got like a light. This light cost me like a good 180 quid. It's a bonnet light and it's sick and it's DeWalt. I love DeWalt. I have DeWalt, basically everything. I also only have one glove. I literally found this just laying around my house somewhere. So we're going to be using one glove today, but if you are working on your car, just to prevent like all the carcinogenic oil stuff, wear protection. I've also got safety boots today. Can you see that? That is proper safety boots right there. Not like my Crocs like last time. So today we are going to see how far I can actually get with my car. I got bored of taking front stuff off. So today we're going to... I'm losing it. Today we are going to start taking apart the engine and seeing how far I can get with taking the top part of the engine off. I'm also really ill at the moment, so if I look and sound horrible, s'il vous plaît, excuse me. Is that what s'il vous plaît means? I don't know. Right, let's grab some toolage. It's been so long since I've actually like properly worked on a car. So even just like trying to get bolt sizes right, I'm looking at it, I'm like, yeah, that's a 7 Allen key. No, darling, it's a 5. Are these gonna be weird? Nah, 10 mil. Sometimes Japanese cars have weird sizes, like rather than being a 13, it'll be like a 14. I need to get a pick. 1 second. Now, with ignition coils, unlike, for example, diesel injectors, where diesel injectors are programmed to each cylinder because they have a code that you have to type in. So unlike diesel injectors, ignition coils, it doesn't actually matter which way around you put them, because all it is just providing an earth point for your spark plug, so then it can ignite the spark plug. These aren't programmed to a specific cylinder, so you can just chuck them on the floor in whatever order. But for example, if you are taking apart a diesel engine, you want to make sure that you remember which injectors came out of which cylinder. French cars, I'm pretty sure, goes at 1, 2, 3, 4 backwards, rather than, so if you're looking at the engine, rather going from left to right, 1, 2, 3, 4, French engines normally go from right to left, 1, 2, 3, 4, so it's backwards. But just remember which cylinder you took out which injector from, basically. My tools are getting drenched in rainwater. Pick me. Anyway, I'm not gonna mess with that. I'm just going to awkwardly move out of the way. What is in the way? What isn't in the way? So I need to get these 2 bolts out here. What is blocking it? All right, let's get these pipes out of the way. Oh, I hit the floor. Yeah, boy. I actually hate these as well. Oh, that was nice and easy. Oh, okay, yes. Normally they're not that easy to get off, but I've got a god of an engine. Move that out of the way like nothing. Okay. Cool. 10 mil bolt here of some sort and some other earth point of some sort. I need to make sure to put all these earth points back, otherwise I will have running issues. Let's start getting all these bolts out for the manifold cover and see if we can see anything from where the cams are. I mean, I know the engine's kaput because it just clanked out. Guaranteed it's eaten a valve. Let's get that off. Free that up. Free my brother. I'm holding all these bolts in my hand. Watch me drop it. Oh. I have no hands. What do I do with these bolts? This weather is not nice at all when you're feeling like crap, let me tell you that. I just want to go inside, have a soup. I say soup, I mean pot noodle. Eat a scrummy hot pot noodle and do absolutely nothing. I'm actually so small, I can't even see around the back of the engine. Oh my god, I'm very up close and personal right now, hello. Ow! Bonnet light! Feel. If you can't see it, feel it. Right, and then I remember this one because I remember there being a really awkward bolt that goes sideways into the manifold. I can't see no bolts, so we're gonna feel them. Oh my god, please don't round. I can feel that starting to round. Yo, that's tight. Is that going the right way? Yeah, lefty loosey. Why is that so tight? I'm gonna, hold on. Tighten, loosen. Why does that bolt not look happy? I feel like we're gonna get some snaps in a minute. Oh my days. I can't imagine how cross-threaded this is gonna come out. Hasta la vista, baby. Oh my days. Oh yeah, we got a snapper. Look at that. Breathe. It's fine. Why are they all so tight? Oh no. I'm telling shit, this one's alright. Can I undo it with my fingers? Not yet, not yet. It hit the floor. Hit the floor. I hate doing things when I can't see, especially when I've got a ratchet that doesn't keep sockets on. It's jarring. Yes. Okay, now I remember this one, because I remember the first time I ever tried to take my manifold cover off, and I didn't take this weird side bolt out. I didn't take it out, and I was literally trying to get this manifold cover off for like half an hour, and then someone came over and was like, you missed the bolt. I was like, well, that's not for that, is it? Yeah, it was. It was. Unnecessarily long bolts everywhere. Okay, pop that thing. Oh. Let's see if we can see anything. Oh dear. Okay, so now that I've got the manifold cover off, the only thing that I can actually see straight away is right there. Can you see that little like metal thing? That is one of the valve stem caps, but so far there doesn't seem to be too much damage. Let's try get these cams off. Okay, so for future reference, this is the intake cam, that's the exhaust cam. You can tell because it says I and E. I for intake, E for exhaust. The order goes 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, going from right to left for the intake and the exhaust caps. You should see my shed right now. My shed is just bolts, parts everywhere. Need to find out all the torques for these as well when I put them back. Normally I'd gun everything up, but you know what? Because I'm working on my own car, I might actually do it properly, you know? Like I'm doing all the oily stuff with the hand that doesn't have the glove. Oh, and make sure the arrows of the camshaft cap things are pointing towards the chain. Snap-on spanners, some of the best spanners you can get on the market. Because of these ones, you can use this method. These spanners won't bend, they're solid. Knock that off. There we go, and that's how you get a chain off. There we go, we got one of the sprockets. Should be able to move the chain off the cams. We have one exhaust camshaft, just seeing if there's any evidence of the lobes moving, but we can't really tell unless we time it up, to be honest. And this is the intake. All I can see so far is pretty much all of the valves do look okay. See, these are the caps I was talking about here. They then sit against this, which sit against the cam, which pushes it down. And what I can also see is that valve there is sitting a lot lower. It's hard to get an angle of this. This valve here on the right is sitting a lot lower than that valve here on the left. My assumption is that this valve here has been eaten by the engine, possibly bent or something like that, where the piston is most likely smashed into it. But because it is sitting a lot lower than every single other valve, it most likely has been bent, smashed into, and now won't fully go back up, and that is why the cap has fallen off, because there's now that extra gap. But every other valve is okay now because I've taken the cams off. The valves are sitting at its neutral position, so there's no cams pushing it down, so they should all be closed. But surprisingly, that is not as much damage as I thought it would have done. Going into second gear at 100 miles an hour, you should have heard the noise that my engine was creating. It was like I was like, this thing is gonna be wrecked. Hopefully there is no damage to the pistons themselves. When I do get the head off, because now obviously the pistons won't turn anyway, because that valve is sitting lower than it should, it's open, so the pistons aren't going to turn because it's just going to hit the valve and it won't let it turn. Once I've got the head off and all the valves are out of the way, I'm going to turn the pistons over just to make sure the pistons are turning as they should, because if they are turning as they should, that means that none of the connecting rods are bent, none of the pistons are actually damaged, so then it will literally just be rebuilding the cylinder head and then obviously taking apart the gearbox and seeing what gears I need to replace in the gearbox as well. We have made some progress. We can now assume that that valve is either bent or snapped or slightly eaten by the pistons, because that valve is the only valve that is open, and that is in cylinder 2. Thank you very much again for tuning in. I'll be seeing you all next time, but for now, peace.